Welcome back, guys, to the Posted Podcast. This is your host, Rollie Vogues.
Robbie Robs was good.
And Evelin.
Was that cool, or do I redo it?
What?
You sounded kind of...
Okay. It's your host, Rollie Vogues. Welcome back, guys, to Posted Podcast. Okay. I don't know why I repeated it. Sorry.
What's your name?
What's her name?
You didn't say your name. You
Yeah,
repeated
he did.
it. You said it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Do we sound weird? Do we sound weird in the headphones?
I sound chill.
You sound chill?
It's cool.
How do I sound? I sound all right?
Sound cool.
Okay, bet,
You
bet.
sound weird.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm looking for the name of the
For what?
inmate thing.
But yeah, so today we got a bunch of topics for you guys. Shit.
That we're not going to hit more than likely.
No, we're gonna hit them. I think what happens is usually we like, oh, what'd you do this week, bro? What
Yeah.
is that? So,
I went to New York,
Dog.
brother.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
Here we go. Make sure to like and subscribe, all right?
What was it, bro? The way you talk sounds like from New York.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was
Goes to
trying-
New York and
Okay.
comes back talking like that.
Talk to
Crazy.
No, it's because like regularly, like whenever you're like, oh, I'm from, you did that video and you're like,
Oh, when I got off the plane, I got to get my New York voice going on.
no, the one where you drank out of the bottle.
Oh, yeah. That was wild.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But I was like, he looks like he fits in.
Yeah?
Yeah, you do like you fit in.
Yeah.
with New
I
York.
tried. I ain't gonna lie. I had to be on my New York shit. You know what I'm saying? You heard?
You heard my heart.
My heart. Hey,
All right.
It was dope out there though, bro. We got there. The bars don't close until like 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. Ridiculous.
Did y'all take Robbie?
Nah,
It was just
hell
y'all
nah.
two?
It was just no. We were with some friends.
Oh, is y'all and friends?
Yeah, we went to Canal Street. Well, see, I'm jumping ahead. All right.
Okay.
When we got there, we went to a couple of bars the night we got there. Stayed out till probably like 2:30, but the bars don't close till 4. But I ain't staying out till 4. So then the next day we went to Times Square. No, I'm lying. We went to Grand Central Station, walked around that area, but it started snowing, bro, and it was like New York snow. Like it was badass.
It's different, right?
Yes, like totally different. We went to Central Park. Only did like maybe a corner of it because it's like 800 acres
Super
and
big.
shit. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I think
big.
I counted it was like 50 blocks.
Bro, it's fucking
Damn.
ridiculous. We
Yeah,
saw the
it's
Home
crazy.
Alone Hotel.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, we saw the Donald Trump Tower. What else?
Did y'all go in there?
Nah.
I did.
You
it's
went
the
in
one
there?
that's open to the public?
I'm not too sure.
Because there's a hotel where they put the bomb at, and then there's like the other one where it's like, I don't.
Oh, I forgot about that. The Tesla, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the Louis store? That's basically looks like luggage stacked on.
I added it on my
I was tripping.
my vlog.
That was some badass
I
shit.
did the vlog, but I haven't finished editing it. But yeah, I was shook too. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
That was crazy. It looks
yeah.
like suitcases stacked on top
And
of
it's
each
not
other,
even the
bro.
store.
No.
Did y'all go inside the store?
No.
We went inside the store.
We went to Canal Street to go get our Louis.
You want to go to New York?
You know what I'm
You want to go to New York?
Yeah, the Rollie got
I'm
nothing.
just,
Yeah,
I'm
Rollie's,
gonna step out, all right?
Went to the Brooklyn Bridge, Times Square. Went to Canal Street. Bro, they're out there hustling all this shit, all this fake shit. And people are out there buying it, like negotiating, like, what? How much? 200? I got 100. No, that ain't gonna work.
It's like where all the shit is on the floor.
Yes, bro.
That's where we didn't go. Faith was like, I don't know, maybe we should go whenever we have like a guy with us or something.
Nah, it's cool. I mean, it ain't that bad out there. But then the cops pulled up. But the cops, like, just started fucking with these people. One cop pulled up. It was like, boop. And then you just saw them just all take off, bro. And this one dude was, like, trying to push his luggage cart and shit with all his stuff.
Yeah.
And the cop was, like, chasing him. So after a while, that dude was like, fuck it. Flipped his cart and just took off running. I was like, damn.
Because it's like bootleg shit, right?
Yeah.
And you
Damn.
see why we wouldn't go by ourselves. Imagine.
Hey, it was...
Yeah, because I've seen videos where like they have like strings attached to the blankets that they lay shit on.
Yeah.
So when the cops pull up, they just like pick it up and and then they just run with it.
It's really like that, bro.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's dope.
It was
I want to
dope.
go there,
It
but
was
we
cool.
didn't go.
No, I mean the subway was badass. Riding the subway too. I mean, I rode the subway before in Boston, but New York subway is pretty.
Did you
cool.
see some crazy shit?
Yeah, because I rode it in Chicago.
I saw this one lady tripping out, but she was like, we were on the subway that was going into, I guess you could say like into Brooklyn, and she was on the subway that was heading out to I guess like Times Square or whatever, because
Yeah.
you know it goes like this. She was on the far side, thank God, but she was tripping, just yelling by herself, bro. And it wasn't even late yet. It was probably like barely like 5 or 6, and she was already tripping out. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn, that's
Did you
crazy.
see the signs on the subway where it says "Don't be the subway story" or something like that?
No.
Like they have signs on the subway. Like when you get in, I recorded it and it said "Don't be a subway story," because you know how a bunch of people record and do crazy shit or whatever.
It's so crazy because I feel like I see a lot of people say like, oh, New York is not real. New York is not real, because it's just a bunch of crazy shit happens, you know. And I do follow content creators that live in New York, and I just know that sometimes they have shit to do and they just walk there. And it's just a convenience thing. So it's like, let's say, you know how random people will be dressed up in like, I don't know, a duck costume suddenly, they're riding the subway. It's probably because they have something and they got to dress up. So it's convenient for them just to go like that. You know what I mean?
Like
pull up.
And then
Yeah,
they
it's just
told
some
me
weird
too
shit.
that there's people that go and pay people to just go take their pictures so they look like they're somebody. Because we were walking back to the hotel and it was late already.
Sure.
And I remember I was like, who? I just see people taking pictures, you know? And I'm like, who's that, you know? And it was like 2 guys, but one was dressed like a girl and it was like a couple or whatever. And I was like, who? I was trying to see if I knew who they were. They were literally right in front of the library. And I'm just like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And Faith is like, they do that all the time. Like people will come dressed up, pay somebody, and then everybody sees that they're taking pictures, so they just want to take a picture not even knowing who that is. You see what I mean?
So it just draws people like, oh, take a picture of them. I think they're famous.
Yeah, like that. And then I'm just like, that's crazy.
That's somebody.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just saw on TikTok. It was in Mexico, and some girls like, I took a picture. I saw this guy. A bunch of people were taking pictures with him, so I just took a picture with him. But I don't know who he is. Does anybody know? And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And people were like, what if he's just going on a trip and his family's saying bye, so they're all taking turns taking pictures, and you're just there asking for a pic, you know?
Me too.
The one that I was at the plaza, there was a line of people, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is there a line? So I asked the guy, and he didn't want to tell me. He's like, I don't know. And in my head, I'm like,
He probably don't know.
I'm like, why are you in line? Like in my head, I'm like, why would you get in line and you don't know? But then I figured he just didn't want to tell me, right?
The NPC.
And then I saw like the people holding like Adam Sandler's like pictures, and I'm like, oh my God, is he about to come out? Because he's somebody I would want to meet. Like,
Did
you know,
he come out?
I didn't see it. Faith is like, we waited literally for like 10 minutes, and the line was just getting longer. And people would be like, "What are you waiting for?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I think it's."
Then
like,
you became
I know.
I don't know.
And then I
That
became,
guy. I honestly don't know.
I was like, I think it's Adam Sandler. I don't know, you know, but I see their posters, so I'm assuming that, you know, and he lives in New York, so I'm just like, 2 and 2, maybe, I don't know. But the reason I knew is because they have the SUV trucks, the black ones that have like, so I'm like, somebody's gonna come out.
Somebody's popping out.
Yeah, I just didn't know who. But I was like, I'm just not one to wait either. So I
It's
waited for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, all right, we can go. She's like, you don't want to wait? And I'm like, no, like I just don't.
You don't know for sure if he's coming out. So
Yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
just like,
I'm not
nah.
gonna wait here.
Have you ever seen a movie star?
That's a good question, bro.
I feel
don't
like
think
I've seen musicians, artists. I've seen artists,
but I don't think
a movie star.
A movie star? No, I don't think
That'd
so.
be crazy, right? Like
That'd probably be a
He'd
different
be the
feeling.
one that I think I would be like, oh my God, like,
You're Adam
but
Sandler.
not like, I wouldn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, it's nice to meet you. Like, you know, I love
because I'm
movies
thinking, I'm like,
that.
damn, yeah, I would feel like, I'm like, damn, that's Adam Sandler. What the fuck,
But
you know?
with
Like,
him specifically, like, just because I just,
But any,
just
like-
love how he is.
what if you
right?
saw like Angelina Jolie, or
I'd be like, oh, that's
or-
badass. But
yeah.
I wouldn't.
no, I'd be like, oh fuck, that's her.
Angelina.
Yeah, like
that's fucking Tomb Raider, baby. That's how I'd be. That's straight
Yeah,
up. That's
no,
lower
it-
crop. Straight up. But so this one dude, I ran into this one dude, bro. He was from Houston. He was out there, and he stopped me. We were on Times Square.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're on a podcast, right? And I was like, yeah, bro. And he was like, posted, right? You're on that podcast with them? And I was like, yeah. And so sure enough, I was like, in my head, I was like, well, I said it out loud, but I was like, no fucking way this is happening right now, right? Because I thought he was from New York. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
That would
no
be-
fucking
yeah.
way this
That
is
would be
happening right
crazy.
now, right? You noticed me. And he was like, yeah, bro, I went to high school with Ronnie, this. I was like, oh, you're from Houston. He was like, yeah, I'm out here with me and my girl and stuff. I went to high school with Ronnie and everything. That I watched the podcast. Y'all funny, bro. Y'all dope. I fucks with y'all. And I was like, okay, hell yeah. And then Giselle was like, take a picture with him, babe, so we can send it to Ronnie. And I was like, I bet. And then he was like, I was like, what's your name, bro? And he was like, I'm Kevin, bro, but I go by Ace. And I was like, okay, bet. So shout out to Kevin, straight up.
Shout out him.
That's badass. Shout out to people like Kevin that have the balls to come up to us.
Well, we had just like passed by each other, and he was like, I saw him the way he looked at me. He was like, don't I know? And I was like, what, bro? What happened? Like, I was like, what's up?
You know me?
Yeah, and I was tripping. That was cool.
Now, question: how did that make you feel? Like, did that make you feel like?
Yeah, I was tripping. I was already like, no fucking way this is happening right now. Like, that's dope. I mean, people don't notice me, like that. So it's always been like, oh, you're so-and-so homeboys, right? Oh, you're part of that, right? And now it's like, hey, bro, aren't you,
Yeah, but it was because you.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. You're a part of.
It was like my own entity.
Yeah.
So it was dope.
I love that.
No, and it's hard because I feel like you have a big personality, bro. So it's like, if obviously this podcast is small still, but I mean, if you think about, there's nothing different about us like from other podcasts except the following or like the amount of the community that's built around it. Because I just know if we ever reach like a 100K sub, like the personalities on this podcast, like you yourself, bro, like you stand out.
Yeah,
you stand out from friend groups and shit. Like it's just the way you are. Like it's dope. People will fuck with you.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool. And and I know it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It was a badass feeling.
My first. I don't know if that's happened to you before with like the podcast. Has that happened to you before, or was it your first time?
That was probably like the second time. The first time was when I was at the hat club thing for a dead stock, and somebody was like, "Hey, bro, you do." But that was when I think they thought I was Rollie. Remember?
Oh, I think you did tell us. Yeah, you did.
But he did notice me.
But this was you.
Yeah, he was like, bro, I know you. And I was like, what? No, you don't.
In New York, bro?
In New York?
I thought he was a New Yorker.
Yeah, that would have been like, crazy.
Oh, shit, and he was like, no, bro, I went to high school with Ronnie. I was like, oh, you're from Houston, bro. Okay, that's still cool, though. It's still cool.
Yeah, because I know, I mean, right?
It's still cool. Like, in New York? Like,
yes.
Yeah, because in Entre Nos, in the comments, somebody's like, oh, I watched from ATL.
Ooh, that was
I was like, damn.
I was like, oh my God. Like, shout out to us, right? Like, we're slowly, like, just growing.
I want to seep into all these different places, bro.
I know.
Like, nah, it's pretty wild. We gotta Travis Scott this shit and fucking get out of here.
Yeah, but the reason I'm asking is because it happened to me too at our friend's wedding, at Carlos and Cynthia's wedding.
Yeah.
I had never, it was just this much more. Posted and Entre Nos didn't even exist. And we were sitting down and Carlos's cousin came up to us. I had no idea who this guy was.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but
he was like, oh, y'all have the podcast. That was my first, like, oh my God, like, it felt really good to be recognized because of the podcast.
No, and you were already feeling a type of way. You were like, man, I don't know. Like, I remember something happened that you were not doubting the podcast, but you were like, oh, I don't know. There was times when we were doing this so much more, and it would feel like, I don't feel like doing it this week, man.
You know what it was? It was the first year that we did it, because I think Cynthia and Carlos got married in like November, December, because it was hella cold.
Yeah, and y'all had started that summer, I remember.
Yeah, we started in October. The last week of September is when we started recording.
Yeah.
And then, so it was just a few months in. And then I remember that in December, that first year, we had 2 people like no-show us, and I took it personal because I was like, what the fuck? Because I was booking people with time. But then over the years, I just learned it's not nothing personal. Like, it's whatever. But it being my first 2 times, and it was by
personal.
Girls.
Yes.
It was by girls. So that felt personal,
women.
But I'm cool with
I still feel a type of way or not?
What?
Yeah, you do. You feel some type of way.
Oh, you definitely feel some type of way for sure.
I tell them just to let it go. Let it
go.
No, but yeah. So something had happened. I feel like we were going through it where it's like, man, I don't feel like doing it, or nah, this shit sucks, whatever. And then that's when they hit us with that. And I feel like that made you like, damn, that feels...
Take it up a notch.
And I'm not even kidding. Like when I started working with Faith too, she had her group of girls that were a part of her team, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember it was like, oh my God, are you from the podcast? And I literally was like, yeah, you know, and when Chris saw me too, the first time I met him, he's like, "You're from the podcast," and I'm like, "Yeah." It's like because Jesse and Lucia used to play the podcast on top of the sandwich shop, you know, and
that TV,
yeah. So then I'm just like, yeah. So I feel like I've had the recognition from the podcast, and it feels really good because at the end of the day, it's our baby. Like we're just growing it, you know. But it's cool that happened. And in Times Square.
Yes, I was already on a high, like, oh shit, we out here in New York.
Imagine if y'all would have been vlogging and it just, you recorded it. That
don't I know you? Maybe you do.
So, question, what was your favorite part of
My
New
favorite
York?
part was probably...
blending in.
What was my favorite part? My favorite part was probably... walking the strut. Oh, y'all saw that? Y'all saw my TikTok? Hey, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, that shit was funny. That shit was badass. I never seen that movie, but I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. My favorite part was probably walking over the Brooklyn Bridge.
Y'all did the whole thing?
Yeah.
We just did it halfway. Back.
We did the whole thing, and then we took the subway
is it long?
way back. Yeah, bro.
It's pretty long, yeah.
It's pretty long. It was dope. When you get to the middle, it says like how long it took and the people who worked on it and like the trustees and who was president at the time and shit and everything.
Do you remember watching Cloverfield?
No.
Excuse me.
I never watched it.
I know
what movie you're talking about.
Is that on that Brooklyn Bridge? You seen it? Cloverfield?
Yeah.
Oh, when that creature comes out the water?
Yeah, is that scene? Bro, that's crazy, bro, because he's destroying that, like, and then everybody on the bridge is like...
I literally told Roland, I'm like, Giselle and Rob would probably be the perfect people to go to New York with.
It was dope.
Like, when we plan his first time, we'll
I'm going to go without anybody. I'm going by myself.
Flying, bro. I realized this trip how much I hate flying. I don't enjoy it. I'm tripping every time there's turbulence. I'm hanging on to my wife like, babe, I just want you to know I love you, okay? Like, straight up. I can't handle flying, bro.
How do you get on a bike then?
Oh, but that's different. I don't know.
Not that different.
I feel it's because I'm not thousands of feet in the air. On a bike, I can. Okay, something's in my way.
Or you're like, I won't pass the floor.
It's just anytime that somebody's in control of your life, though. Like somebody's driving you, somebody's flying you somewhere. Like
especially with everything that's happening right now. That there's so many.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Because we're going to Salvador. When?
In June.
In June, and I'm seeing a bunch of I think I saw a number like I forgot how many, but I don't know if it was 20 or 30
I think you told me 30 accidents
from the start of the year. There's been like 30 accidents, and I'm like, I don't know.
And we're supposed to go back to New York with some people from the club, because one of them's from New York, like I think like Spanish Queens or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, hey, look, let's get all our tour shit out the way right now on this trip, because when we go back with them, fucking, I already know he's taking us to the hood. He ain't no tourist shit popping off. He already, last night I ran into him and he was like, yeah, bro, we're going to be in the barrio. We're fucking going to go to basement parties. And I'm already like, oh,
when are y'all going that trip?
In June.
In June?
Yeah.
So let's plan a winter one, and then y'all take us wherever y'all.
Oh, wherever. Oh.
How much was it? Do you know?
Nah, Giselle took us for Valentine's. Like she took me like that was.
Because there's some cheap.
There's
like
some cheap flights, yeah. Like some people already booked a flight that we're going with. They already booked their flight and it was like 150 round trip.
Yeah, like that's not bad.
Yeah, I was like, what?
So go experience that.
Makes me feel like, how come we're not fucking...
I didn't go to a bodega.
My bad, baby.
So I'm hoping to go, when we go with them, I'm hoping to go to a bodega and shit like that. Get a chopped cheese sandwich, like...
Yeah, I told Roland, I really wanted to get like a pizza or like a hot dog, but I didn't. Because that's like, I also did want to like... Not that I didn't, I kind of was like, if it's on the way, it's on the way. And there's like hot dogs in every freaking corner, you know?
Yeah, which there is.
Yeah, there is. But then I'm just like, I don't know. I just didn't want to like try it. I was like, I want to get like a good hot dog.
Yeah,
you know?
the $1.50
it's crazy though, right?
And shit.
Because it's crazy because it becomes that where it's like, okay, I'm here, let's get a hot dog, but it's like, well, which hot dog is like the good spot?
Well, Faith
which pizza is the good spot?
There's like a green one. I forgot the name, but she's like, they're in Coney Island.
Yeah, you got to go to the hood to get the good stuff, bro. Because I had some bullshit Philly sandwich or some bullshit
like they're literally all the same.
Yeah, and I was like, this shit. I was a little upset. I was like, this shit's whack. whack, dog.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were all
ate
the
it,
same.
but
And Faith did tell me, she's like, if you want to try it, you can. And I'm like, no. I feel like if it was like here, you know, the taco trucks are all different, and there it's
Yes.
literally, I'm like, why do they look the exact same, literally from one block to the other?
Like what? It's a stand.
Yeah, it's a stand, and it's
Just one of
literally
them
the
metal
same.
ones?
And then she's like, there's no like Mexican tacos, like. Everything's just, you know, and I'm just like, man, imagine how much money we would make if we just put a good taco stand, you know?
Did you pass by the SNL shit?
If
you
you were
passed
on
by
Fifth
that, right?
Avenue?
I'm not too sure.
Like, that's where, yeah, you did, because that's where the,
Louis Vuitton.
yeah, that's Fifth Avenue. That whole thing.
Yeah.
That whole street was
Is that
Fifth
like rich
Avenue.
people shit? Like the rich people,
It's
like the
where all
main.
the stores are at. Like,
Yeah, we were. Yeah,
Is
So
that the
SNL
6th
was-
Street of New York?
Goodman and all
yeah,
that
like
shit. was,
that's Fifth Avenue. That's like the big stores or whatever. But that's where SNL was at too. But it was on
And
the
we
other
were there
side.
that night. Like we were there the night they were doing their 50th anniversary, but we didn't
Damn.
go or try to.
Do
see
you like
it.
SNL? Bro, it's funny. I like it. You
Is
like
it? I don't really. I just watch the highlights. You know, like when somebody acts a fool and shit.
Yeah.
You know, they then.
That's all it is, though. Really, it's just small skits, you know. But
I wouldn't mind watching the movie about it, like how they.
I played it a little bit, but I didn't finish watching it.
Yeah.
Is it dope?
It's I don't even know, but I know Lauren is a
Lauren Michaels.
Lauren. Yeah, he's like the guy, the main. And I think it's a young guy playing him. It's like it's the 90 minutes leading up to the first.
Yeah.
The first, yeah, that's what I'm
airing of
saying.
yeah,
I want to watch it, bro.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, with that being said, we're gonna plan a trip to New York
Okay.
with us. I think.
Are you
it'd be
taking
so
your
fun.
kid?
Nah,
What? Milo, what? Yeah, he comes in and shit.
because I told Roland that New York it can be a kid trip, but the walking we did with
Yeah.
Faith, it ain't for him.
Nah.
He'll be tired. I
That's
would
what we
rather
told Robbie, too.
experience, you know, New York with Roland first, and then once we get what
Yeah.
we want to do out of the way, then maybe plan a trip with him because he wants to go to New York.
Like I want to go back to California, but without him too.
Yeah, because
to
it's
experience
just-
shit that
unless like
I
literally
can't
like,
take him with.
I told him, I'm like, the only way we can take Milo is if we pay my sister's flight and she stays with him in the hotel, like the
But that's
days we're
whack.
no, the days that we'll go.
Yeah.
Like, but obviously there'll be activities that we'll plan around them as well. But it's like
Just
but-
go by ourselves. Yeah.
but yeah, it's just like at that point, it's just like it's cheaper. We just go by ourselves, go experience it, and then you know. But maybe Giselle, you know, we're gonna plan a trip, so
Yeah.
prepare for that.
She's always down to fucking take trips.
Especially when we can find something hella cheap, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, well, let's go on a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're talking about New York.
Oh yeah, we were talking about New York and how much of a. Speaking of New York, bro, ASAP Rocky, fucking found not guilty.
Damn.
I know that's crazy.
So-
Leaping to his family in
Bro,
Rihanna's
damn.
arms, catching him,
I know.
dirty
Yeah.
dancing.
Damn. Would you jump in Rihanna's arms?
I would definitely jump in. I wouldn't have to be found not guilty. I'm just jumping in her arms. Not gonna lie to you. All right.
Rihanna or Alicia Keys?
Oh, definitely Alicia Keys.
I went to go see Rihanna with Rai, right?
Yeah, because I didn't want to go, so I gave him my ticket.
Bro,
went to
seeing,
go s-
I went to go see her in
Oh.
concert and seeing her, I was like, wow, damn, that made me like her. I was like,
that
damn,
made me
Rihanna's-
like her even more.
They
Yeah.
got voted like the most fashionable couple.
Well, yeah.
Damn,
he's
she
from
said she
Florida.
feels like a bum next to ASAP Rocky.
Well, it's because ASAP Rocky's always been that. You know what I'm saying?
He's
It's that
fly
pretty
dude, bro.
motherfucker.
Damn.
Harlem's what I'm repping. Hey,
So okay, so he's, you know, they said he was
it was for a gun charge.
a gun charge, right?
Yeah.
Because he shot his homeboy, right?
Yeah.
This
Allegedly.
ASAP
Watch out. Watch
Allegedly.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Allegedly.
Innocent.
Yeah, but they were like, oh yeah, in the cameras you can see he's holding a gun. Da-da-da.
But it was fake,
Yeah.
It was fake.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, I mean,
The
I-
one that-
Free Tory
The
list.
one
all I know is yeah,
The one that he had was allegedly like a fake gun, and then he just carries it for security purposes, but it's not real.
Oh, now he has to get a real one.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
No,
Well,
Later.
their guns are, what do you call it? Illegal in New York. So
That's crazy, right?
that is wild.
It's crazy how guns are illegal, but weed isn't.
Yeah.
So.
And here is like
It's the
guns are-
opposite.
yeah,
Guns are
Yeah.
legal. Oh,
opposite.
it's the Wild West in this bitch. Ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty dope though. I'm glad he
I
didn't have to
know.
like go away because they were looking at a lot of time,
24
bro.
years.
24 years,
Bro.
dog.
I know, over like, I mean, obviously, right? But I mean, it was just
That's crazy. Niggas
he
die every
just
day.
got-
B, come on now. Like, let them go.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
the fact that it was like 24 years, you know, but I think he was able to do like, if he did say he was guilty, I think he was gonna get like a year or probation or something like that, or he can go to trial and risk it and get 24 years.
That boy rolled the dice
And
on
he
that
said
one.
no, and then him rolling the dice just made him look even more innocent, because it's just like, you know, he really risked it all, whatever.
I understand when people don't want to take a plea deal, because you're just admitting that you did the crime for the less time, right? And I understood it at a level where, like, so we went to my dad's, right? We got on Milo's ass, right? Because I don't know what he did. I forgot. Oh, he did some shit. Remember, outside, and we were like telling him like, you can't be outside, whatever. We had just like got on his ass about something, and on the way to my parents' house, I was driving, and some little kid, like, he was on a motorcycle, and like he just passed the stop sign and shit, and I was like, man, I'm like they're gonna crash you dumbass, or some shit like that, right? And I was like, oh, somebody's gonna hit you dumbass, like, I just like talking. I was already like mad, you know, and then I said that, and so we get to my parents, and Milo's over there like with his face and shit, and then he stays with my dad. I go inside, and then I come back outside, and my dad's like, oh, hey, I need to talk to you. I'm like, what? And he's like, why did you say the A word to Milo? I'm like, A word? He's like, yeah, he said you called him a bad word. He's like, don't you call him a bad word? And I'm like, I would never call him a bad word. What are you talking about, you know? He's like, that's what he told me. So I'm like, man, I'm like, Milo, come here. He was chilling, bro. He was already like happy, good mood. And then he's looking at me like I'm on the truck with Lego, like we're on the bed of his truck. And then I'm like, what word did I call you? He's like, you called me the A word. I'm like, what A word? I didn't call you the A word. And I'm like, asshole? Because I wouldn't say asshole, you know? And then he's like, yeah, you called me the A word, remember? And then his eyes start getting watery, like.
He thought he was talking to him.
And then so my dad's over here like, what do you know? Apologize to him. And I'm like, I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do, you know? So then Milo's like, yeah, you called me the A word. And I'm like, man, just go play. And I told my dad, I'm like, I'm really trying to think, like, what's he talking about? And then I was thinking, I was like, oh, is that boy?
Milo came inside to.
Oh yeah, I was like, go and ask mommy, because I know I didn't call you a bad word.
Yeah,
you know.
He came inside and he's like, oh, Papi called me in the A word, right? And I'm like, he would never call you that. And he's like, yeah, he did. And then I'm like, no. So then I explained to him, he didn't call you that. I knew that he was talking about the whole bike thing, you know. And I was like, he didn't call you that. He called the guy that, you know, was gonna, you know, he passed the stop sign, blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, I'm like, you should know that he would never call you that, like, you know. Ooh. And then he was just like, his eyes kind of got watery, and then his mom was like, it's okay, you shouldn't, like, your dad would never, you know. But Milo's over there stirring the pot.
So then he came back, and then I'm like, he came back, and I'm like, what'd she say? He's like, nothing.
Nothing.
And then my dad's like, it's okay. And then my dad pretends to like hit me, you know. Yeah. And he's like, it's okay, tell him sorry. I'm like, I'm not gonna apologize to him. I'm like, I didn't do it. I'm not gonna apologize.
Yeah, but then my father-in-law, like, I think he did wrong, because I told him, I'm like, you did wrong by doing that, because you should have told me, Lo, your dad would never. And then he hit me with the, how do I know he wouldn't? I was like, okay.
I wouldn't, bro.
But then he does cuss a lot, so it's just like kind of like a lesson, like, okay, watch what you're saying in a way, you know. But
yeah, but that's like saying, like, ASAP Rocky, you know, take the plea deal. You know, you go to the shooting range a lot. I don't know, you know, like, come on, like, just because, you know what I'm saying, like, that's like, since I cuss a lot. Like, my dad thinks like I probably would do it.
Cuss out your son and shit.
Yeah, but nah, you know.
Oh, I'm cussing Robbie out, but y'all already know that. That boy's getting all the words.
Yeah.
Damn. What if one day he hits you with a cuss word back?
He better be old enough.
Old enough?
For what?
Better be old enough.
Old enough for what?
To cuss. You know, like.
So you'd be okay with it?
I already told him,
you
like,
think
when
cusses?
Yeah, for sure. When he's at school, bro, with the homies. Come on, bro. We were all in elementary school.
Like, hey, bitch.
Exactly, bro. When you're in line and shit, like.
I have a friend that we homeschooled together, and her kid's literally like 5.
Yeah.
And then she's like, girl, my nieces and nephews are so bad. She's like, tell me why we pull up to a party and her son was like, what's up, motherfucker?
I love it.
And then that she was like, who showed you that? And then he was like, my cousins did. So they call him that. So he got there calling them that. I'm like, that's crazy.
Bro, I remember I used to hang out with Eric and Erica and them, and then they would cuss a lot, bro. But we were younger.
They're hooligans. That's why.
And I was like,
they're fucking hooligans. I know them.
I was like, I'm not gonna cuss. So I would say like, man, freak this, freak that, you know.
And they out there, nah, fuck it.
Yeah, nah, fuck that, bro. And then my brothers were there, but they were younger. So I'm like, hey, y'all don't be cussing around them, bro. You know, like I know y'all do it. Don't cuss around them. And I'm the one that fucking came out like,
and
bad mouthing everything, bro. Like. It's pretty wild.
But Roland never used to cuss, not even in high school. If he would say shit, it'd be like...
I used to be like, that, man.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, he's a goody two-shoe.
Yeah.
That shit.
I used to like... I would be like, oh, that's so attractive. He doesn't cuss.
Oh, my God. This is when you were his friend? Beneficios?
No.
Coming over just for a ride to school?
But then now it's just like, fuck this, fuck that, left and right. And I'm just like, damn, relax. Like, literally, like...
I feel free.
Chill.
I feel free.
I feel like if I stop... I mean, I just came across somebody's page.
Cussing makes you more manly or what?
No, it's not even about that.
Yeah.
It's
so...
just,
I tell Robbie, like, hey, when it's just us and it's like just dudes around, or like... I don't tell him it's okay to cuss, but I know kids cuss, you know. So I'm just like, what is it? Like Junior's kid, like he lets him cuss, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I forgot, like he was saying something, and I was like, bro, your kid's gonna go to school and he's gonna call his teacher a bitch, dog. And he's like, well, I teach my son, like, if you're acting like a bitch, then call him a bitch. So if he gets in trouble at school for calling his teacher a bitch, I'm gonna tell the teacher he was probably acting like a bitch then. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
We literally just taught Milo what bitch meant,
oh,
like in Spanish.
And then what else? And so like his son, Junior's son, will be like flicking people off and stuff, right? So like every time we leave or whatever, Junior would be like flicking Robbie off or whatever, and Robbie would just be like this and stuff. And he's like, I know what you, he's like, I know what you're trying to do it. And then he'll look at me, like, can I do it? And I'm like, go ahead, cut. And I'm like, all right, bro. Hey, but that's just when it's us, son. Don't be thinking you can do this shit in front of your mom or when we're around family. When it's just the homies and it's just the boys, like, I'll let some shit slide, all right?
Yeah, and I think I mean, I don't know how I feel about Milo doing that shit. You know, I don't like it. I personally don't like it, but I feel like, if it's more of like when you're with your dad, when you're with your... Like a man environment.
Yeah,
you know
but
I mean?
you know what though? Like my nieces and nephews, they don't really like be talking like that. Like they don't, right? Like I don't feel like any of them have like the... Well, I mean, I'm sure the guys cuss, but out of everybody, I feel like him and my brother probably cuss the most.
Yeah, but there's no pinpointing like, oh, he's a little bad kid. Like he's the one that's gonna be cussing. Like
no,
and you can't pinpoint somebody.
My brother-in-law,
you can,
bro.
At this point,
they're all bad kids, bro.
Nah, like. There's bad kids. There's people that act up. There's kids that act up, but then there's
baby kids.
The rowdy he's cussing over there. Fucking
I call them the baby kids.
The Beyblade kid.
The baby kids.
My kid is a Beyblade kid.
No, am I saying that right, Richo?
What are you saying?
The damn.
Baby.
Yeah, the baby kids.
Oh, I knew it.
I don't know.
Yeah, like the hood, hood kids, the ones that are just like out in the apartment, out in the streets, like they got no parent telling them stay out.
Yeah.
You know.
But see, like,
from the show.
Yeah.
Like you see, but I feel like my cousin, like the kids in my family, like a lot of them. Oh, that one.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
You never seen that movie? It's a movie. Yeah, the baby kids. Terrible ass kids.
Yeah, but see, like, I feel like it's like you said, when you're with the dad, you know? And I feel like our kids, my nieces and nephews, are never around just the dads. The moms were always there. Like, if we're gathering, the moms are there. So I feel like we're just checking them, like, get your shit together, you know?
You know what I never understood? I mean, I'm sure I understood it at the time, but, like, growing up, smoking weed and shit like that, like, parents would be like, if you want to smoke weed, you're gonna do it in front of me, and so you can get it out of your system. You agree with that?
I agree with that.
You agree with it? But I mean, what does that do really? Like, you're just allowing them to ingest a drug and then trusting them not to do it when you're not around.
No, well, it's just one of those things. If you're gonna like, for me, I feel like I'm not against people smoking. Like, you know, I mean, I've done it. Like, I'm not against it. It's like whatever, right? To each their own. However, though, I feel like if Milo, I would hope, right, that we have the relationship that he tells me like he would want to try it or something. I'd be like, oh, like, I would want him to try it with us.
Call Richo over, bring a dime sack over and shit.
Right, like, I would rather him like try it with us and see whether he likes it or not. But it's just because you just don't know how his body's gonna react to it. Like,
you don't want him out there,
and I don't want him out there like
for the first time and shit.
And
trying
I just
it.
don't know what the fuck. Right? Do I have control of that? No. Will he try it somewhere else? I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping he tries it with us. You know, my mom was super against it. My mom was like, I don't care what y'all do, just drugs is not, it's out of the question. Like, she was never like, y'all can do weed with me or anything like that. It was just like, no.
You ever seen like kids get high with their parents though? I seen that shit in high school one time. We went over to some apartment and I thought it was like his older sister the whole time, and then he was like, hey ma, this, and I was like, bro, is that your mom? He's like, yeah, bro, that's my mom. Comes around the corner with a bong and shit. The mom talking about, who's ready? I just dropped some ice cubes in here. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
So would you do it? Do you agree with it or no?
Nah, I mean, I'm nobody to tell him like, hey, you can't smoke weed. Weed is bad. But
would you wouldn't want him to try it with you first?
You know what it is?
I don't know. I mean, if he comes across it, and obviously I'm gonna know, you know, if he's smoking weed, or if he comes home like, hey bro, I can smell this on you, like, let's go ahead and sit down and talk so I can, you know, just lace him up, you know.
No, you know what's crazy? How do you, like, so when we were younger, right, my cousin, he would smoke, and then he told, I would ask him, I'm like, how do you like do it with your parents and shit, you know? And he'd be like, oh, I just sneak in, take my clothes off and put it in the dirty clothes, but like all the way in the bottom. And I'm like, they're gonna smell that shit anyway. Like, it stays on you. Yeah,
it's on your hair.
But I'm saying, like, if you throw it in when they're doing laundry, they're gonna, what the fuck, you know, that you can smell it. So I didn't get that, you know. Like, I don't know, I feel like when we're younger, like, we think we can get away with shit, but like,
bro, parents know
they're gonna know.
Yeah,
they survived the 70s. They know what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? They was at Woodstock.
Yeah, no, honestly, they're acting, because me and my cousin used to smoke. You can go. Me and my cousin used to smoke at my grandma's house. Yeah. I knew my grandma knew what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
We were literally like in the restroom, put the water fucking hot, and then,
oh my god,
like, we would open the window and smoke, right? But I'm sure my grandma knew. She didn't tell us nothing. But then it's just like,
house smelled like a pound.
Like, but then it's just like, it's funny because my stepdad and my uncle, like, they all drink. They don't smoke, right? But they know how that shit smells. They were just like, they didn't care, because I don't know if they thought, oh, whatever, they're here, they're home, and they just didn't say anything. However, my mom, here, you can flip it. Well, you know what? Let's go on a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll be back.
All right.
We're back. So my dad did know. Peaches didn't know I did it at my grandma's. My grandma said she knew we all smoked weed, but just not at her house, supposedly, right? And my uncle said he knew.
Oh, you called on the pod?
Huh?
Nah.
No, right. I called them when we went on break. I called my dad.
Oh.
But crazy story, right? As we were talking off camera, we were hanging out. Me and my best friend were hanging out with one of Roland's friends, and he was there, like.
And Wicho.
Their plug.
And Wicho.
Yeah, well, and Wicho, right? He was their, like, I guess their pothead friend. I don't know. And I never used to drive to parties because I was always like drinking, and my best friend was like already a mom at the time, so I trusted her with my life. But this fucking party, I decided to take my car. And we get to the party. I don't know if Wicho was there. The party got, like, Roland didn't go, but I went, right, with my best friend. So you went to a
party without your boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean,
wild. But anyways, keep going.
We were there, and then I guess the cops came, and I had like you know, drugs on me that their friend had just sold me, right? For me and my best friend. And next thing you know, like everybody's taking off because the cops are coming, right? And then he literally is like, me and my best friend are about to leave, and he's like, my car got stolen. I was like, bro, what? And he's like, my car got stolen. So he calls their other friend and he's like, did you take my car? Because I guess they would prank each other, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I didn't. And nobody, like, and then his phone was dying and I don't know what the hell. Do you remember that?
No, but it sounds...
Yeah, and basically he had drugs on him.
Okay.
He had to get in my car. And the cops were literally on the same block, the same block, you know? And I started freaking out because I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this dude has a shit tons of drug.
Homie has a pound on him.
Like, he has drugs. I'm over here, like...
I got my drugs on me.
And then
we're all going down.
We're in my car, and his car got stolen. So he has to tell the cops, my car got stolen, you know? I'm like, how did your car get stolen? And he told me that he would leave the keys... like, and the thing, and he had drugs in it. Like, it was just fucking chaotic.
Idiot.
And I remember I called him and I'm like, can you pick us up? Or I don't know what happened that you pulled up to, like, the gas
now I'm
station.
thinking, like, why did I even go? Like,
yeah, I don't know if it was to...
You probably didn't have your car.
I did have my car.
So
I did have my car because I don't know if it was like because I was traumatized. I was drinking, first of all, you know, and I don't know.
Smoking, drinking, you got drugs.
Yeah, and I don't know if you gave him a ride or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all a blur. I was like half awake.
Like, that was one. After that, I was like, I'm not taking my car ever again. Like, I'm not driving.
See what happens when you go places without your man?
Yeah, I would have protected you.
Exactly. This is
I was literally trying to be a good friend to his friend that just hooked me up. He had nowhere to fucking hide, so I was like, get in the car. And then I'm like, you have some on you? He's like, yeah, I have some on me. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, he's a drug dealer. Duh, he's gonna have some on him.
Yeah, but still, I'm just like, damn. But I remember that was
oh my god,
chaotic. But anyways, that was a quick little story for y'all.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Damn.
No, it's because what I was gonna say is that Milo got picked up, right? And I shook my dad's hand, and I told him, I'm like, you see, that's how I shake my dad's hand. Because yesterday we had a whole conversation about handshakes. He wants his own like secret handshake type shit, you know, like, I don't know, like, so I told him that, like, my homies and shit, like, I'll be like, all right, like this, boom.
Yeah.
It's like a quick little, you know, and then I'm like, but in Mexico and with my dad and like his friends, it's more like that, like it's always like a, you know,
the Mexican thing though. Yeah.
And he's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. And then I played a little scenario, and I was like, hey babe, I'll see you later then. And then like I went like this, and in Spanish I'm like, ahí te veo, eh? And I went like that, and he's like, what? How does mommy know? Whatever.
Mommy know.
And so right now when he gets picked up, I'm like, what's up, pa? And then I went like that. I'm like, you see? And he's like, oh my god. He's
oh
like,
my god,
you were right. You were right. He does know. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, so yesterday we were like trying to do like we did this one handshake we saw on TikTok. It went like this, like it went like boom, 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 round, and then like that, and then snap. Like some chill shit, but it's like quick, you know. So we were like practicing it and shit. And he finally got it down, and he was like, "Oh hell yeah," you know.
How does Robbie say hi to you? Y'all do like a hand, or he hugs you?
It depends. Like if we missed each other that day or whatever, you know. Sometimes it's like a hey pops, and then he just blows right past me, and then sometimes it's like I give him like a dab like that or whatever. But then
so no hug.
No, not all the time. Yeah.
Damn, you're gonna be the dad that he talks about. He's like, man, my dad never hugged me.
No, I hug my son, but it's like it's not that I have to miss him, but it's like you know, because
yeah, I mean, I don't. It's not like I handshake my son, you know.
Yeah, because he went through a phase where he was like he would see me like shake my homie's hands like this and like bring it in and shit or whatever. So then that's what he wanted to do for quite some time. He'd be like. But he's so small, so he's like hugging my leg and shit and everything. I'm like, kid, you can't, you know. So I'm pretty sure, like, when he like with his baseball teammates or in school, he's probably like bringing them in and stuff. I don't know.
What's up, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. What's up? What's up, money? You know?
Throwing the cuss words in there.
Exactly. Get a load of this fucking guy.
Hey, what would you do if like his homeboy's like, I don't know, he calls him a bad word and shit in front of you at the practice, and then he's like, hey, my dad's right here, bro. Like, I can't.
Well, he said he kind of lets him whenever it's just like him, without
true.
just like being around.
What do you think of this handshake? Give me a hand. No, like, give me a hand.
I don't trust this guy.
Oh my god, bro. Give me a hand. Like no, like go like that. Just straight like that. Yeah, straight like that. No. Whoever moves first is gay.
Oh my god, I hate Robbie be doing some shit. English or Spanish, Dad? I'm like, oh, this fucking guy. Fuck you, English or Spanish. And then sometimes he'd be like, hey, Dad. I'm like, what? I'll tell you later. I'm like, you motherfucker. Fuck.
Oh my god, bro. I didn't know when to do that. I was like, fuck, when do I do it? I was like, what if he holds it? That's gonna be some gay shit. Like, I should do it at the end of the podcast, you know? Like when we're about to go on break or something.
Well, going back to the whole prison situation.
Oh yeah.
I saw a show. It's called Jailbreak Love on the Run or something like that.
Love on the Run?
Yeah. So basically, it's like this cop that ends up falling in love with like an inmate, and the inmate is in jail for like capital murder.
Hey, some of those girls be hot. Y'all seen them?
I mean, rest in peace, right? But
you seen those mugshots?
The girls?
Yeah.
The guys too.
That one guy got famous.
That one dude did get famous.
Oh my god, yes, imagine.
Ain't he like a model now and shit?
Yeah, I think he's a model.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But anyways, so basically what ended up happening, they put this guy in this little small town jail, whatever, and he was there for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when he came there, basically the cop ended up having like a burner phone, and that's where they would talk. And basically like they would she would put him in like a room to meet with a lawyer, but he was meeting with her and they were getting it on, you know. And I think she was
like an older lady too.
She was like 50 something and he was like 40.
Oh, okay.
Like he was younger than her. And they ended up falling in love, right? And then she ended up helping him escape. So she was gonna take him to court to do like a mental exam or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then instead they just took off. And then you could see where they were like, you know, changing cars. And that same day, like at 3:00, they're like, oh my God, so-and-so hasn't came back. And it's just so crazy. But people are like, there's people like that came out on like, it's a documentary. And it's basically like, do you think it's okay because they fell in love? You know, let them be, or it's wrong. You know, but let me tell you. So basically, do you care to know? Spoiler alert, right?
Yeah.
So basically, when they escaped, they were on the run for like 10 days, and then they got caught up like at a hotel or a motel or whatever, and they left the hotel. And then that's when they started getting chased by the cops. Mm-hmm. And basically, one of the trucks like rammed the car so like they can crash, you know, and get stopped.
Yeah.
And they're saying that she basically killed herself because she couldn't like
go back.
And then they're like, one of the main cops was like, oh, I want to think she didn't commit suicide. But then the people on the scene were saying after the crash is when they heard the gunshot. So they were like, it could have been accidental where the you know, she shot herself by accident. Mm-hmm. But then the people are like, no, it was suicide because she shot herself after they crashed. He survived and she didn't. And
now he's going to jail and he has to live with her.
And he's going to stay in, and then the whole time he's like, where's my wife? How's my wife? But everybody was saying he's just using her to get out of jail. He's going to kill her because he's already been in jail his whole life and for domestic violence, you know, shooting at one of the girlfriends in previous relationships. So they were literally saying like he's just using her. But then you could tell like ended up being like he really did like love the girl, the lady or whatever. Yeah. But still, the
things you do for love is crazy. Would you wait for Rollie?
No. Why would
she said even if I like went to the army,
if he decides to go to the army,
divorce me and shit.
What?
To go to the army, like if he voluntarily decides to go to the army, be a cop or gets arrested, that's on him.
You would leave him.
Why would I wait for him?
Yeah, she's already with some guy in New York and shit. She told me.
I'm with a New Yorker. Oh wait,
this is right? Wild.
New Joker.
Why wouldn't you wait for old boy?
Why would I? Why would I?
You love him.
Why would I put my life like on hold when he's deciding to basically leave?
Wow.
What?
That is
true.
crazy. I found a lot about you right now. All right.
What would you would wait for Giselle?
I would
she
wait
wants to go to the army.
Yeah.
Like she's literally deciding to leave you and Robbie.
Yes.
Yeah. How does that make sense?
That's
Like
same as anything, right? Like if she was to leave to New York for a job or some shit,
like
that's different though, because it's like
the
when
army
you're in
is
the
a job.
army, yeah, it is a job.
Okay.
And I respect people who want to.
But you wouldn't wait for them.
Not for him. Like,
damn.
Not just for. I just don't see myself in a relationship where long distance. It just doesn't work out for me.
He's coming back.
Yeah, but you still have to do long distance.
He's coming
trying to fight with me because we will
boot camp. He and then, okay. Jail. How long would he? 2 years.
No. Why did you go to jail? What's the reason?
I don't know. Gun charge.
You should have done it legally.
He had to kill somebody because they were fucking. Like.
Okay, well then that's different.
That's different.
Yeah, he did something for me. Then that's different.
Oh, okay.
But if he decided to go to jail because he did something illegally, then that's on him.
He's trying to do a bank heist to support his family.
Hey, get a job. You don't have to do that.
It's a quick meal.
Quick meal.
Nah, get a job.
Would you wait for her?
Life.
I'd wait for her.
Right? See, that's the difference between us,
but
man.
I mean,
I'd wait for my wife. Already told me.
Whoever moves first.
Oh my god!
Nah.
My wife.
He's like pulling back.
I was like, let go. Giselle already told me she'd leave me too, bro, if I went to jail. I'm like, what are you talking about? You wouldn't wait for me? I ain't waiting for you.
I think it's one thing to be like, no, I would wait for you, but going but like let's say a year passes, 6 months, and you're like, man, I don't know. Like that's where it's like, I mean, I said what I said, but I don't know. Now that I'm in this position, it's different.
Nah, to me, it's like you can live life the right way. Going to the army, that's extremely like a whole different type of career.
Okay.
You're putting your life, again, respect to people who decide to do that. Oh my God, relax. My cousin left to the army, right? Props. I'm happy for you. I respect that. However, I'm not gonna and it was something that, it's not new. It's like I always told him from the beginning, I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to do the whole long distance. And I'm not going to put him in a situation where I'm the one leaving to put him in a long distance relationship either.
So you would leave him?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't do that to him. So I don't expect him to do it to me. Like I'm not going to leave my...
But things happen.
Hey, either I'm coming with you or... we ain't working out.
Well, I didn't go with you to New York. You didn't take me, so...
True. And he waited for you?
Yeah,
2 days.
2 days is a lifetime to us without our woman.
Yeah, so... And then did you see the Valentine's episode? And she's talking about, oh, crazy scenario, I'm with a guy in New York and you're calling me.
I know.
I was like, okay,
I was like, why would you even say some
that's
shit
crazy.
like that?
For real, that was fucking crazy. What if I had a side girl over here?
I literally said crazy scenario, guys.
Crazy scenario. Rollie has a side chick somewhere.
Crazy scenario, right? Here's a divorce papers.
No, you've been served.
Crazy.
That's
do you come from a family with
military background,
military and all that?
Yeah, my dad was in the Navy. He was
How
on
was
submarines.
it for you when you growing up?
Oh no. When he had already got he was already out.
Damn.
Whenever I came. My older sister got to go to Kentucky.
That's different. You see, we have a kid now. Like, if he literally tells me,
no.
Oh, what?
No, well, go ahead. The reason that's the reason I asked.
Go ahead.
No, the reason I asked is what's the reason? Why did he ever tell you why he went? Or was it
Oh no, he just. I mean, that was the thing to do back then.
Yeah, because what is the reason to go? Or sign up for the army and all that shit. What's the whole reason behind it?
I'm not too sure.
And you know what it is too? Again, respect to people who want to go be a cop, be an FBI agent, whatever. Respect to you, because we need people like that in our world, right? However, I feel like this is gonna sound crazy, I guess, but I feel like
scenario.
I don't need him to be somebody else's hero. I need him to be me and mine, my family's. I don't need him to risk his life for others. Unless we're in a situation where, go ahead. But if you're choosing to risk your life on a daily basis for other people, it's hard for me. It'd be hard for me to accept that, because I'm going to be living my life on the edge and I don't want to. That's the reason why I wouldn't do that. You see, so but I always knew he was a creative.
Yeah,
so
no, because really, I think about like, okay, like that, even that, like, oh, I don't want to be a hero for the people, right? Like, because really, like, don't you see it so much that like army veterans and shit like that, like they end up like homeless or something, or I mean, what do you really get out of it? You know, like once you come back, like, oh, thank you for your service, like, but what are the perks? Like, what do you like? I'm not informed on it, you know, so I don't know, because you still got to find a job afterwards
for sure.
I'm sure they teach
the benefits aren't that great.
I'm sure they teach you the trade, you know, they teach you whatever trade you go into while you're there.
Yeah, but you're doing stuff like working on a helicopter, a tank, like you're breaking down a rifle, putting it back together. Like, I don't think it's anything that you can use. You know what I'm saying?
So once you do your
you're not learning anything that you can come back and bring it over here. Nobody's hiring jobs to work on tanks.
And it's like
crazy scenario. If Giselle literally tells you next week,
I'm with the army guy while I'm in New York and shit.
No,
what
are
you talking about?
You won't
right
believe what happened right now.
Crazy scenario. Like if she literally tells you, "Oh, I don't want to do HR anymore. I want to join the army." What would you tell her?
I'd be like, "That's crazy, babe. You sure?"
Yeah, like,
yeah, but
I'm not gonna leave her.
If she tells you, "No, I'm really sure," what are you gonna do? She's literally gonna leave you and Robbie for like a while. You're okay with that? No, you're not.
What?
No, honestly, I would just.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're lying.
Loki, if it was you or if it was Milo, I'd talk I'd talk you out of it. Like, I'd be like, for what? Like, for real? Like, for what? Like, what's your reason? Like, when, I mean, I don't know. I think
so. You wouldn't be okay with it either.
No, but I'm not gonna fucking break up with you.
Yeah, see, that's where you're quick to just get your bags, Milo, get your shit together. We're out of here.
No, he's out of here.
Oh, we're not going nowhere. That's fucked up.
Crazy scenario. That's fucked up.
Crazy scenario. That's fucked up.
No, but it's like, okay, like your cousin. I don't know. I forgot. He gave us a reason, but it was more of a like, oh, I'll be able to get my license to drive something, or I don't know what he said. And I'm like, I mean, is that like a good enough reason? You know,
but see,
like,
it's different because he doesn't have like. So if it was a boyfriend girlfriend situation, it's different because if you can deal with it long distance wise, then okay. Deal with it. I just choose not to deal with the long distance relationship.
Yeah, but I'm
very like, I need you here, I want to see you.
You know who else chose to just give up on somebody? Diddy's lawyer.
Damn, bro, just like that.
Just like that.
That's
booked it on him. You're on your own, bub.
Damn.
What's up with the whole shit?
Yeah, what's going on with
there
that?
Has to be so much dirt on this man. Like, hey, you're a lost cause, bub. You're going down a long time. There's nothing I can do for you at this point. They got receipts.
Imagine how much money he was getting paid to still just
back out.
Low key, I would just picture him like having a good life in jail and shit right now. I feel like he's like people know who he is. Or like he's probably telling stories and shit, bro. I don't know what the fuck, you know.
Oh, I really killed Tupac and shit. Damn.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
I really killed Biggie,
dude. Oh, I just.
But they have the thing with the whole jail thing where it's like when kids are being involved, they just don't fuck with that.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like he was fucking these kids. You know, it was the people that were going to his house,
he was too
and stuff.
You think so?
Nah. Yeah, they're.
Oh my god!
Like the youngest one was 13.
I just put the Faster Kanye West music video earlier because Milo was like, "Oh, I like this song."
You're going on topic.
No. It's gonna come back to it. But the Faster song, the Kanye West, and then the model, Stronger. Oh, did I say Faster? Oh yeah, Stronger.
Like, which one's Faster?
Well, it's because Stronger, whatever the fuck. You didn't even know it's called Stronger. Chill out.
I kind of did. I was literally jamming to him.
Chill out. Anyway, I played it and then I'm like, oh shit, the model in the music video is Cassie. You know?
Yeah, I feel sorry for her.
Cassie, Diddy. All right, red.
Cassie? Oh, yeah. Surviving Diddy.
I love Cassie.
How do you know? Like, they said it or what?
What?
The
lawyers,
like
yeah.
5 minutes?
Yeah, it was gone. Gone. Homie's gone. It's all over.
So it's just one guy? I'm surprised he doesn't have like a whole team.
A whole team, right?
Yeah.
Well, he probably
does.
The lawyer probably has the team, but he's like the head guy, like, you know. So
I'm
if
sure
he
some-
booked it,
So
they
I know I used to be like cool with the defense attorney,
Okay.
and he told me like being a defense attorney is great money, but it's one of the most stressful jobs because you're literally that this person's guilty. You just gotta find a way to prove that he isn't.
That's crazy, right? Like how do you
and
go
your
home?
job,
Yeah.
Hey, your job is to get this guilty man innocent.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah.
He killed so and so,
yeah.
but it's your job to be like, hey, he did it.
Yeah.
But
He
how do
didn't
you
do it.
think? What do you think about it though? Do you think good for that attorney, or like fuck poor
don't know.
Diddy?
I don't know.
That makes me think about you some type
I
of
don't
way.
know. I mean, because the whole P. Diddy situation, I mean, any situation like this, to me, whenever they bring stuff up about P. Diddy, R. Kelly, who else was out there touching or getting in trouble for doing shit they shouldn't be doing? It's not like you just did this overnight. You've been doing this for years. People have been known about it. You have to have
It
people.
was like a theory come true. You know, like we would talk about it. Like, remember last time we had that conversation about like, oh, you gotta would you sign the NDA?
Yeah.
And we're like, I probably, you know,
But
like
see,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. Like, this had to be going on for years.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden
Decades.
it's a problem. Now all of a sudden you want to put the homie in jail. How come you didn't put the homie in jail after the
Because
first
people
couple?
weren't coming
And I'm pretty
out.
sure
No,
people he was paying people off maybe.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, all of it was okay for all these decades, and now it's not. Like, that's where I. That's
So
why
the
I
thing
really.
was with that,
It's
I
'cause
get what
Cassie
you're saying.
came out, that's
No,
why.
so the thing was that you know how what's the bottle that he has?
Ciroc.
Ciroc. Okay, there's somebody else in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's him and somebody else. I want to say that I forgot that guy's name. It's the guy that went after Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Tommy something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, right? He's a white guy. So basically, what they're saying that happened was that Diddy tried to overstep this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy's like, no, fuck that. And after that argument happened, it's when everything came out of Diddy. So it's like they're basically saying like this guy has just that power to just get rid of people, and he just happened to get rid of Diddy because he just had that much dirt on him.
I never heard that. I thought it was
No,
Cassie.
yes.
I thought Cassie
No.
started the domino effect.
No, it was because who released that? Cassie didn't release that video. After the video was released is when Cassie filed. You know?
What
and
video?
it was like the
Of
one
her getting beat up when
that's
he's in the towel and shit.
Oh, this is way after she said something.
No, babe.
Yeah, no, because she said something and then he paid her. She like took the money.
Yeah, to hush hush. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And then that
It was-
video came out.
No, it was after the video came out first.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. It was
No, it
released by
didn't.
the hotel. Okay.
Well, I just
It
don't.
didn't.
I just don't
Okay.
like it how these people are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing.
Okay.
And it's okay, and now all of a sudden it's not okay. I don't. That's
Which,
why I'm just.
Can you look up the guy look up Michael Jackson? He said that this guy was the devil or something like that, and that's why he would hide his kids' faces. Because
he was
scared.
hiding it from him.
He was hiding them from him, and he just knew that a lot of people in the industry,
Michael Jackson said this about that guy.
Yeah.
He
said
called that guy the devil.
Yeah, and there's like pictures of Michael Jackson like holding signs saying, and it has his name, so and so.
Matola.
Yeah, that guy.
Tommy who?
Matola.
Tommy Matola.
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 Yeah, like that. He's
He's like the president of something music.
He's like a big.
He's like
Music guy, right?
big in the industry. Like he runs that shit, you know. And supposedly is that Diddy tried to like overstep him, and that's when he was like no, and he got rid of him, and that's how everything came out on Diddy. Because yeah, like you said, after all these years, you know, everybody's coming out right now. Like why? But it's just they see the opportunity.
Well,
and they're
I just feel like there's traction. I feel like once there's traction, you're like, all right, I'll do it. Like
Yeah.
yeah, because the youngest person
now
was-
nobody can say like, oh, you're the one who caused this. Like it's like, oh, you're saying. All right, let me get in my.
Well,
what happened to
everything
me, you know?
started with Cassie. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole maybe I'm wrong, but they're saying that this guy was able to get that video out and got Cassie to do the whole case, and she took the deal, right? But after that, it was already eyes were already on him, and everything just started piling up. And now you're saying like the attorney's gone.
Gone.
You know, like, but yes, the youngest person was 13.
Yeah, but so what? He was just like, I don't want to do this. Like I can't do
bro.
anything for you.
Like I guess it's one of those situations. Like, there's no point in me even trying to represent you no more, bro. We're done for.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I wonder what names are gonna come out.
I know names gonna come out.
Yeah, I just. Do you
don't
think
think so?
Jay-Z? You don't think so?
He's not gonna name nobody.
No.
No, but there's already people that are.
Oh, saying Jay. Nobody else is
No,
going
no, no,
down.
no, not Jay-Z specifically, but I'm saying like there's people that are.
I think he's gonna name
that,
people.
that filed, that filed against Diddy.
Oh.
That mentioned other names, that other people were involved.
Oh yeah, but nobody else is going down with Diddy.
I think
You
so.
don't think so? I think so.
I don't think
No,
so.
because this is the head guy. He's the one that was throwing the parties. I feel like if it was like,
What if he gets a deal with it?
I feel like it was celebrity A, right? If they're the ones that got caught, like, oh, what were you doing? And like whatever. Like, I think they'd name people like no.
Oh yeah. If they
to try to get to Diddy, but I mean Diddy. Let's say you get this number of years, he's probably gonna be like, oh shit, I could get less. Shit, whoa, so and so did it too. So and so, because he's the head guy.
I don't think
There's no reason for
You
him
don't
to
think
stay
he's gonna
quiet.
rat people out?
I don't think so, because I mean,
It's the same thing with the Jeffrey Epstein guy.
the one who hung himself.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
Hung.
supposedly.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
supposedly.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think that's gonna happen? My other thing is, do you think they really got Diddy, or do you think it's like another guy?
Oh, they got him probably.
What do you mean? Oh, clone Diddy or whatever.
Yeah,
They got him.
Nah, that's real Diddy.
you think so?
He's probably living like a king in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's probably chilling.
I seen the video when he's riding around in the dirt bike. You know, like
In prison?
yeah.
Why did you say that?
What prison is he at?
I have no idea.
Well, but
I
that
mean, it's
means-
possible though, because
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar did that shit.
Yeah, but he was in Colombia, bro. He
Yeah.
built
Yeah,
his
but I
own
mean,
prison. That's
but you,
different.
you have money, you have money.
Yeah,
you know?
question before we go on a break. Do you know where?
This is the last. This is the last.
Oh, okay.
The last.
the last. Well, let's end it with see if y'all know. Why I told you yesterday. Do you know where Guantanamo is at?
Guantanamo Bay.
The prison?
Yeah.
Area 51.
No, it's in Cuba.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Which is the one that's in New York?
Rikers Island?
Rikers Island. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, but the one Guantanamo Bay, it's in Cuba. I thought it was in Cali.
Yeah, because that's where they're sending a bunch of.
That's where they're sending like the worst of
immigrants
the
and
worst.
stuff.
Or
Oh,
whatever.
I thought they were sending the
Guantanamo
immigrants.
Bay?
Huh?
They're sending them to Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah, in
I thought that's
Cuba.
where they were sending the.
Yes, the worst of the immigrants that they're getting, but somehow like it's coming out that they're just sending everybody. And there's like one guy in specific that got sent out over there, and he wasn't even supposed to be getting deported. And
Oh,
he's there.
I did see that. I did see that.
And he literally got permission to come to the United States, and he got deported because he has a tattoo of Michael Jordan.
Is he Hondureño or something, or he's not Mexican? I don't think he's Mexican.
I don't know where he's from. I forgot, but yeah, so he's over there right now,
But
and
yeah.
the family's seeking help.
But yeah, but that's it.
Crazy.
That's where we're gonna end the podcast, guys. Let us know what you thought about this.
He's shook.
Other than that, we'll see you guys again next week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Much love. Peace. All right.
He's like.